Should be back in the Highlands, really. It's like an invasion from the north. No, not quite. So, Control. The game which takes whatever preconceived notions you have about reality and puts them in a dumpster. We are returning for a shorter stream this time. I've got about 2.5 hours or so until I've got something to do in free. And there is a plethora of stuff for us to do in Control. And so we're going to look to try to do at least some of it. The main plot line is pretty clear of what we need to do. But there is a lot of side stuff that we can opt to delve into. And I've enjoyed the game enough that I feel inclined to explore at least some of it. I'm not going to profess to say I'm going to do all of it, but we're going to go ahead and do some. So we're going to get cracking on fairly quickly. So, trying to think where to surmise things at the moment and all the stuff that's gone on. A lot has happened. We have, a ton of things to do. Here is the face of the enemy. This is the main plot line, which means to go and check out the Prime Candidate program in containment. But we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to be doing pretty much everything else. There is a huge list of stuff for us to crack on with. We've got stuff to do for Artie. We've got pouches of Risha's colleagues. We've got fridge duty. The guy has been stirring at the fridge so that it doesn't deviate, and he's kind of struggling. There's lots for us to look to do, and a lot of that is now available to us to do because of things that we've achieved. In particular, we now have the power of levitation, which is pretty significant. It means that we have the ability to explore lots of areas that we couldn't previously explore, and this is definitely a good thing. I ended up doing a little bit of testing around with some mods and sods off screen, which is why if I go to this, I've got a load of ability points. There are hidden areas in the game. If you find them, you get an ability point, which is kind of neat. And I found a few, and I was like, you know what, I actually don't want to look for any more of these on my own. Oh wait, I'll do a stream and we'll do some hunting around as we go, which seems, reasonable. Here's levitation, by the way. We can indeed look to improve it for just general duration, and later on, we can press right stick while levitating to slam into the ground and do damage to enemies, which I'm interested in. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. There we go. Beautiful stuff. We are now broke. And I'll even upgrade its damage because that sounds like a fun thing to do. I should probably get this going eventually. I've not quite got around to it. So, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to be going through all sorts of side stuff. We're going to go exploring. We're going to do side quests. We are not going to touch the main plot line because that's going to involve going up there and listening to Dylan talk about all manners of crazy stuff for probably an hour. And I don't have it in me. Also, how do you want it tuning in? So, yeah. Before we do anything, there is one thing I want to do before we start just exploring the map and finding whatever it is we're going to go find. And that is taking us back down to the basic, the basement. We're going to head down to Central Research. If we're doing lots of exploring, I don't know what we're going to run into. Yeah, it's an adventure day. There are some things that I'm already aware of and I will show off. And yeah, because we have levitation, we now have the ability to traverse the map in ways we couldn't previously and find all sorts of cool stuff, which I've already found some. And I don't know half the stuff we're going to find today. Today is about exploration. So, first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go back underground. I'm going to check on Dr. Underhill. She should have our antidote ready for all the mold stuff, and I think we're going to need that. But yeah, there's loads of stuff to explore on here. Let me give you an example of our levitation. So, like in this area here, guys, I'm kind of busy. So yeah, we can obviously go ahead and levitate, which is, pretty useful. We can use that to get about. Here's the ground slam thing, by the way, which is kind of neat. But because we can do this, we can now get up to places that we normally wouldn't. For example, there's stuff up there. And there's stuff up there. And there's stuff up there. Well, guess what? We can go adventuring. And I intend to do exactly that. So, let's go exploring. So, if we get up here, for example, this one I did mess around with. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, definitely. Control is this will be going on to the YouTube. I would encourage you to watch it. So, for example, I found out that if you come up here, and then you know, jump out and levitate, you can get up here, for example. This is somewhere that you would not be able to access normally. There's like an item crate over there. And then because we're here, you can then start exploring around other places. Because one thing you can also do is when you're levitating, is you can still use the dash. So that will allow you... Oh, there's the ground slam. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Look at rid of my controls, for example. That's pretty expensive on the energy, however. Every podcast, I might as well be. You're missing the stuff, 70. There's a lot of stuff good exploring. So you can come over here, and then you can like come over here. And, like, there's this here, Lab 79, which you can actually go into. There's no other way to access this, for example. This is one I knew, so I've already been here. And we've got ourselves acoustic research. And there's, like, some Easter eggs here. There's a load of, like, songs. Got some artists. They've been doing all sorts of testing here. There's a button you can press, which does some cool stuff. There are more interesting things that I've found, but just to give you an idea of the sort of things that we can now do. Levitating means we can do almost whatever the hell you want. We have levitate. Yep, we did meet Underhill. We did all that stuff that was brutal down there. And we're going to go say hello to her again. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. So Underhill is down here. Let's use the elevator, you know, like a civilized person, you know. But yeah, we got also cool weapons. Obviously, we've got like our weapons being upgrading gradually. Grip's still pretty awesome. Other bits and pieces going on. But this is going to be our first job, is to swing down here. And see how things go. I'm hoping she's just going to give us the antidote. And that's going to allow us to explore other areas that we know exist, but we've not been able to access because of the bad things. Yeah, we'll describe it as that. That's not to say that things aren't bad down here, but I think we've luckily gone through the worst. But there's also the anchor thing over here as well we also need to go exploring, which we'll get there.
My family had black blood once. Bleach did the trick. Has Underhill tried bleach?
I finished synthesizing the samples.
That's good.
Ingest this pill, then go and find the source of the mold. Only there can we begin to understand how to stop it.
So you promise I won't end up walking around covered in mold?
Ugh, the pill will prevent any biological infection by the mold.
Take a mystery pill because a rude lady in a hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Ugh.
It's probably
Honestly,
great.
did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
Not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be.
What?
Now go. Find the source.
Go away, executive hiss nodes. I'm not interested. Have I not chatted with you about this stuff, or is this all brand new? Ah, well, what the hell? Let's have a chat.
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it.
Huh.
She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
Feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid.
You would know, my
She
dear.
shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
This I can attest to.
So is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
What do you mean? It's freaking Alan Wake. I mean, that dude is the hero in my eyes. Darling's awesome.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
I bet you could.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible. Thanks for the information.
My
Well,
pleasure.
You go ahead and eat the mold, and then you come back and tell us how it all went, okay? Okay, so there is a big crevice going down in the pit, which leads to... we don't even know. Do I want to do that right now? Honestly, the answer to that is no. We're gonna come...
down there. We don't want to have to come
We're gonna come back and do that because I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty gnarly. And besides, there are some other things that I want to deal with first before we deal with any of that stuff, so... like rubber ducks, and anchors, and whatever other kinds of nonsense I can probably get myself involved in. So yeah, we're not gonna go and investigate that right now. If what happened previously is anything to go by, it's gonna be pretty miserable. What I do want to do is, we can ignore that, is where do we want to start here? We need to go and do that. We've got the jukebox as well. There's so much stuff to do. That's in containment. Not too worried about that. First thing I want to go ahead and do is... where do I want to start here? You know, protective studies actually seems not a bad place to begin. I don't need this. I don't need this right now. Look, I got 2-ish hours. I do not have time to mess about you guys. So there's a control point up here. We're gonna make our way down to the ritual division. So this is something that we've not been able to interact with because I'm pretty sure we needed something like levitate to make this work. So, if we come over here, for quite a while we've had the knowledge of, we've had these containment areas over here with some bits and pieces going on. And in one of them is this. A rubber duck. Now, we've not been able to get access to here. It's been blocked off. But there's definitely entrance from the other side, which is what we're going to go ahead and do. Now, for those of you not initiated, the rubber duck is, has been changed, we'll say. And there's some stuff going on. Let's get this out of here. Yeah, we'd come into here. And then this is up here, and there's no way you can jump it. I'm pretty sure now... yeah, that's what I thought. We can gain some access. I'd say that's probably not good. This is what happens when you don't clean your drain pipes for a while. there are questions to be asked here. Wait, weren't you? And now you're...
Disappearing ducks. Great.
Wonderful. Do you want to play hide and seek with Rubber Duck? Ah, great. We have to work out where the fuck this thing's gone. Oi, you! Aha! Ah, you son of a... So we need to be able to interact with this. Unfortunately, it appears it's going to... Christ's sakes. Alright, weird up. Is indeed. I can't say I'm happy about this. Aha! Huh. I start interacting. Great. I think it's over here. Sir, I need you to catch that rubber... Useless. Right. Where the damn hell is this thing gone? It's gone up here by any chance? I can hear it. Kinda. There we go. Gotcha.
Finally, no more quacking.
There we go. Thank God for that. Very good. What did we achieve for doing that? I don't know, but we achieved it. And here we are. Here is the altered item. The yellow rubber duck bath toy from the 50s. Direct contact with the item is not permitted. Safety gloves are required. The item makes against sound analogous to quacking. The item travels considerable distances with surprising speed. How it achieves the motion is unknown. Item forms something of an unknown purpose to anyone who makes physical contact and begins to follow them, quacking often. Led to a researcher entering cardiac arrest. Though due to the individual's health issues, the matter may not be connected to the item's effects. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's some other things I found, some information here and there. I'll pause these for the YouTube video. You guys can read these as we go. Various bits and pieces going on. And then one here about technological restrictions, the oldest house, which is where we are. There you go. Okay, cool. Right, so that's done. So, what's the next thing we want to go ahead and do? That might not be a bad place to start. That's in containment. We got the jukebox, which I don't know what that's about. This is all over maintenance. This is also in containment. So I might leave these two for like the next session when we actually go to containment and carry on with the rest of the game. I'm a little bit unsure. I think this might be a good place to start. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Alright then. Let's get back to Ritual, and let's make our way back down to the underground. There is, fortunately, a control point right next to where we need to be, which the game very kindly puts for us. And then once we've done that, then we're just going to probably just start exploring the map. Because I'm sure there is all sorts of places that we can now get access to, which we previously couldn't. So we want to go to containment, not containment. Is this where I want to be? Hold on. This ain't right. Is it here? I thought it was, hold on a second. I thought it was... here? I might be wrong. No, this is not correct. Okay, no, this is my bad. No, this is wrong. All right, then. So that is over in containment. All right, then. We'll, we have the atrium, which is where we actually need to be. So we'll go ahead and turn... Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. My bad, everyone. I'm sorry. So there was this anchor that turned up, which did a lot of damage to one of the ranger squads. We did finally locate it over there, but it's not there anymore. There's a theme about this place. There's a lot of clocks. So, I assume that we can now actually get around here, basically. So, let's proceed to do exactly that.
The fuck is that?
Oh. Oh, I see.
It's making more clocks?
Because of course it fucking is. Alright, and for boss time, I guess, against the anchor. Okay, so it looks like what we've got to do is we've got to try and find a way in order to deal with this thing here. Are you just turning around, or are you... Oh, God! Okay. Well, that was unintentional. There we go, thank you. I just slipped off the edge, yeah. If you go down, you're screwed. I was wondering if maybe there'd be, like... some of these have, like, reset points, especially early in the game. That definitely did not. Okay, then. And as noted, this levitation shit's it's gonna get me killed. Alright, so we have ourselves a optional boss fight that we can take on here against the anchor and whatever it's turned into. That's wonderful. Let's try this again. And this time, let's not die, preferably.
What the fuck is that?
So we have got these obviously very large clocks here. I suspect shooting... Jeez.
It's making more clocks?
Might not be the most effective. Go on, you! Yeah, you see, so it's a bit... Yeah, it's a bit sort of random where it is and isn't deciding it's going to launch its attack. So you've got to, you know... That's not going to work. Okay, then. Is there a way for us to, like, control, if you will, where it's going to send these clocks? I don't know. that hurt. That hurt a lot. There we go. Apparently that counted as a hit, which I'm not going to complain at. That counts? I'm kind of amazed that counts, but whatever. I'm not gonna... Oh, Jesus. You gotta be shitting me. Of course it's gonna have backup. Unbelievable. Oh, God. That was close. This is so bad. What did I die to? I was defeated by... I have no idea. I honestly have no clue what defeated me there. Did literally an enemy spawn, like, right next to me and just blow up? Did that just happen? The game does that occasionally. Very good. Alright then, well, this is gonna be a bit of a scrap. I suspect we might want the Pierce, actually. It might be more useful for us in this fight. Grip's good and all. But I figure we're gonna need Pierce more. Alright then, yeah, piece of trash. This is how it's gonna be. Yeah. Quite in the wrong direction. It did actually shoot through it a little bit. That was interesting. Didn't expect that. Yeah, it's doing a small amount of damage. Pierce is going to be the way forward here, basically. Missed it. Control is an interesting game, you know? It's an interesting game. Oh, shit. Well, I took damage. The shield sort of helped. It wasn't great. There we go. More of that, please. I do not need the time punch right now, kids. I don't need it. Oh my god. Getting the hell out of there. Okay, that's good to know. So that attack is going to kill anything that it's near. Or that it comes into. Okay, that's good knowledge. That thing is pissed. I'm trying to work out, is it like launching its attacks in a clockwise pattern? I think it is. Oh, shit. That was close. I gotta kill this thing quickly. That didn't work. Oh, shit. Help! Ouch! Help! Assistance! Oh, God! Fucking hell, that was close. Oh god!
That must be the ultraviolet.
Hey! Where do you think you're going, huh? Damn thing.
There. No wonder the Rangers had such a hard time with that one.
Yeah. Agreed. That was rough. I mean, we did it. I'm glad. Took a couple of cracks, admittedly, but we got there. That was tricky. That was a tough fight. We've not had many, like, boss fights as such. So it's kind of nice that the game is giving us the opportunity to kind of delve into some optional ones here, which is nice. There you go. That was the anchor boss fight. It's kind of rude. Okay, we should be able to start, like, getting up to these spots now, I imagine. There we go. Alright. There's nothing on the other side of this. That's imagination. That's kind of rude. Can't say I'm a fan of that. Alright. Call it a victory. If you do any more, I will ban you. Okay, we now have the ability to upgrade our weapons more, although we need plenty of materials to do just that. That's no problem. Here's these jukebox tokens. You can spend source to make sets of these. I don't know what these do yet. We'll find out soon enough. We have ourselves some more ability points. I feel like shield barrage is probably going to be useful. I also feel like we should probably look to improve our shielding. It's pretty good for us as well. Okay. Very good. And we're getting there. Executive. Right, executive is where I want to be going next. Okay. So, let's make our way back to the executive area. So, there are some things I've already found about the executive area, which I do want to show off. We're going to make our way back to Central. Because this is what embarked my initial exploring. Look out for mods with unique names. You can obtain them only once, and if deconstructed, they are lost forever. Should probably bear that in mind. So, hidden stuff. There is some hidden stuff dotted about. So, in Executive Fairs, for example, there's this plinth here. I guess
If they're in there, we go around that.
I'll quickly show this one off, and then we'll get to more interesting things. This is one thing I did find. Also, it turns out some of these rooms that I've been exploring, like, files have been appearing new ones, which is the stuff we found. But I'll show stuff here. So there is a load of hidden areas in this game. For example, there's one right in here. And I did spot this before. You've got this central plinth, and at the very top, there is an item box. Now you're wondering, well, how on earth are you meant to get up there? I've got levitate, but it only gets me yay high. And you're right, it does. What you've got to do is you've basically got to, like, levitate enough to, like, land on one of these dudes and then jump again. It's quite tricky, actually. But if you land on it correctly, there's, like, a tiny brief moment where you can jump off them, like a Goomba stomp. But it's really tricky. I found this one was easier. And then basically you do that and you get up there. It's a thing. I'm not going to spend a ton of time showing that off because I've already done it, so let's not worry about that. And again, each one of these hidden areas you find, that does count as one. You do get an ability point. So just take my word for it. If you don't, you know, look at the internet. That's all.
Squad's lost. Christ.
Irish unhappy. Understand them. Next up, we're going to head over towards Dead Letters, which is kind of another thing I was exploring. We still have, over here, this section there, I can't get anywhere near that. So I'm assuming that's a problem for the future. Oi! Thank you. We're not here to do that. So, dead letters. This is not one of those areas that now that we have access to levitate, we can probably do all manners of things. Because I got into here and I was like, because I wanted to do something else, I was looking around, and I was like, you know, this is quite a tall area, and there's like all that, and there's all that, and there's that, and there's that, and there's loads and loads of stuff to do. Is this music really going to keep playing until I kill these things? Hold on a second. I see. Okay. Got it on the way back. Nice. Are we done? We are not. Give me one moment, kids. Just want to conduct science in peace. Is it that much of an ask? This game. Alright then. Who's next? Do I need to come back here and... Apparently I do. I don't want to spend tons of time, like, doing this. Also, unsurprisingly, can indeed do lots of stuff even while levitating. There we go, we're done. Thank you, thank you. We're going to occasionally get into scraps, it's kind of how the game works. So anyways, let's try getting up there, shall we? I don't know how best we're going to get up there, but let's see what we can do. So I'm going to guess what we do. If we jump off, like, the highest point we can get up to, which is here, we're going to get onto the stairways? Yeah, nice. And so, well, now we can have a look around here and see what other fun stuff we might find in this section. Yep, there's files. Not surprisingly. There's going to be lots of dead letters. So this is stuff that's been sent in over time, which possibly is bad stuff. My clock is shaped like a cat, and its eyes moves, and I think it's angry. But I keep apologizing and it won't stop. It won't leave me alone and I don't know what it wants. I can't keep apologizing. Do you see it now too? It told me everyone is here and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter. It wants me to stay with it with my eyes on its eyes and moving very fast. But I can't keep going. And I worry I'll forget about... I need you to write about this because I can't keep going. Sounds unfortuitous. Here's the anchor, by the way. The item generates a persistent blank sphere, purpose of which is currently unknown. Rated first class was dropped into the sphere with diving suits with dedicated oxygen line. After 10 minutes and 13 seconds, the line was cut and the sphere was bordered by an unseen force. All agents in the room experienced vomiting, vertigo, and loss of fingernails within an hour of one another. The ranger in question is presumed dead. Unsurprising. Yeah, there's lots of these, like, things now as well. Various bits and pieces. Like, we've seen high up with, like, containers for us to grab. So, yeah, let's go exploring. See what fun stuff we might get ourselves into around here. Who knows? I'm a plaid suit in a I'm gonna get a drink. You guys take this in. And when I get back, I want you to report back to me what you have learned. Give me a second. Okay, I don't think I need to edit that out of the YouTube. There we are. Cheers. Dead letters, everyone. Dead letters. Oh, God. Alright, then. This does go a lot higher. So, let's keep going up. Let's see what other fun we might get ourselves into here. Okay, I can't do that. Okay. I was wondering if I'm allowed to B-dash and then levitate. That is against the rules. Okay, no. Alright, let's head on up here. There are definitely more floors. There's stuff over there as well. There's a lot of stuff about here. This is the thing, because you got levitate, now there's all this stuff that you can explore. And I feel like the game is going to hide some bits and pieces. Not just like item boxes to find, but there's going to be some fun things to find. And you know what? I've enjoyed the get... Hello. Is that superior? Health recovery, 41%. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. I am all interested in that. What do we got over here? To the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I want you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I'm aware that there are many books brought in to contain the true meanings of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand this is not usually done, but if you greatly appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Ever since I was young, I have intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, and in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. Last night I had one. I saw a small, empty town. It was utterly dark. There was a lake at its center. Shadows of people moved around me. A bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. I've been shaking me for minutes before I woke. Because of the reason I decided to seek your help. The doctor says I'm physically fine. I would suggest seeing someone about that, indeed. Okay. So there's stuff over there. There's also those things there. Hello. Here we are. This looks useful. Dear elected official, thanks to the recent smoking ban in my state, I'm happy to inform you that I will not be voting for... What? As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens that the government sold our planet to in a secret deal. If a human keeps smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air would be poison to them. If you government traitors can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords. We won't let you. We will resist. Your tax dollars at work. What we got over here? Ah! We can actually get here. I have clearance 4. We've got clearance 5, actually. gentlemen of the Society of Sciences. It has been some time since I sent my initial letter, which is not the case. Dismiss my claims. I've recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. I've begun experiencing a strange occurrence. When I'm in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with not much but a sink, I sometimes lose myself. That sounds not too good. I stare out at a colourless sky as white as undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. It's been occurring for some months now, and I've become frightened of entering the kitchen. It was not too much of me convinced. I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what you make of it. Have you ever had that experience in your kitchens? Of just this existential dread that you just don't ever want to enter it? Likely because of a massive stack of dishes that you know needs doing, you just can't quite bring yourself to do it. I feel like we've all been there. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything more to do in here. We did this top section, didn't we? We definitely did. Alright, cool. Very good. Alright, well, oh, there's one more file. My apologies. You have questions and the prophets have your... oh, God. If you're truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. The shortening of days, this is why the Vatican is a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. I refuse to read the rest of this letter. On the grounds that it's making me dumber. Alright, very good. Let us continue our journey. Okay. At this point, I don't know. I'm just exploring. There's one or two other things I found in here. Let's look at pneumatics. Anything in here that might be of any interest, potentially? It's not always easy to know. Again, some of this is kind of like trial and error. You can get up here anyways. This is the, this. You can't get back there, which is probably for the best. I don't see anything else. There's also a couple of the things that I am interested in exploring. I've got a couple of theories on some locations that might be interesting. And stuff that we've kind of sort of seen and not seen. I don't think there's anything else here, so we're not going to continue with that. That looks fine. Now, communications is the next place I want to go to. Now, there is some interesting things that you can find over here in communications. So we're going to go and explore those very quickly. Don't have anything to do with you guys, though. Goodbye. Okay, so this brings us to here. Now, there is some interesting things that I should point out that I did find. So, over here, there are two things that I want to explore. One I already have. One of them is this here. This is like a weird, like, sort of computer room. I don't quite know exactly what this place is called. It turns out that if you literally just levitate on top of one of these, this counts as a hidden room now, and you get an ability point. Why? I don't know, but it does. So, I found that one by accident. But there is something I do want to explore, and that is over here. This is where we're going to do some testing. Over here, we have this. This is one of the areas that we've been unable to get to because of all the mold stuff. Now, I'm assuming that we can now explore this. We can. Used to be you'd take a load of damage coming into here, so that's good. And this also counts a hidden location. Nice. Very good. Try to see if there's anything else interesting in here. Doesn't look like it, but yeah. So we now can access all of these, which is good because there's quite a lot of them. Very nice. That was all I could find in here. You can also come in here as well. There is, like, you can get up those bits, but there's nothing really up there. There's, like, an item box or two. That's about it, and I couldn't find anything else around here, truthfully. That was the extent of the stuff that I could find. So, we're just gonna move on, and we're gonna go to the next place we're gonna investigate. Which is going to be maintenance. Also, I can collect this. Nice. What do we got in here? Maintenance, his troopers, sure. Containment. I'm just gonna get rid of these. I don't think there's much else for us to do in executive anymore, truthfully. Give me that one. That should suffice. Cool. Cool. So maintenance is next. Now, the reason I want to go into maintenance is there's lots of reasons, but there are a lot of reasons I want to go into maintenance. First of all, we've got this mission here. Old friends. 6 pouches of all my Arish's old squad mates. So these are... I continue to do that. These are dotted around maintenance. So if I go to the fast travel here, you'll see, yeah, these are everywhere around here. Absolutely everywhere around here. Which is, you know, probably a good thing. Might not be a good thing. So there's something for us to do over the course of that. There is also other things I want to explore around maintenance while we're here. So we're just going to kind of go for a bit of a journey to see what we discover. We're going to start off over at ventilation, because I want to, first things first, go to the janitor's office. Because there's something I want to explore. Might be a complete nothing, but I was thinking about this yesterday. Do you guys remember one of the earliest objects of powers we investigated in the restroom? And, like, we fell down a hole, and then we then came back through another hole? I think that other hole is still there, and I'm curious to know if we can levitate through it. And if it does, what happens? So, that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Have a swing for ventilation, and get into a scrap while we're here. We got backup. Oh, shit. Damn it, Choke! Ice beam. Shit.
Alicia's ranger buddies.
There we go.
I should find the others.
Oh, our Jibble looks like that. Nice. Executive personnel protection can go to hell. Very good. So, okay. Defeat them. That's all well and good. Cool. I'm not worried about those. We're not doing any of those today. So, yeah, back over here, I believe it was. So we came in here because there was, like, some flashing. And then we approached, like, the thing. And we fell down there. And then we came back through here, right? Does this go anywhere? Huh. It actually does. I didn't actually expect that to work. Nice! Alright! I'm just going to change the mission here momentarily to just something, it's fine, it'll be fine. Alright, well, I guess we have ourselves, this to cross. You don't fall down, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's go! Ah! I didn't actually think that was going to work. It's kind of cool that it did. Notice me, this is not the same. So this is kind of similar, like the background kind of thing to where it was the first time we ever came here. But it's definitely not quite the same. So I guess what we need to do is make our way across here. I don't know if there's a reason that we want to do this, but, you know, we can. Something up here. I see that. Ugh. I will admit this is kind of slightly disorientating. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit... Oh, God! Help! 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 Very good. There's this thing down there. I don't know if I want anything to do with that. I don't think I care enough. Ugh, it's actually like... Let's get off that. Get ourselves over here. Very good. Ah, that's bright. We're back here again. Well, that's neat. There you go. You can actually revisit that, and that counts as a hidden area. Very cool. I'm glad I came back. Alright, then. Well, at this point now, we're just kind of winging it a little bit. There's some other areas I want to explore. But we'll get there. How you doing, Artie? Nothing for us to do with him. Now, he keeps suggesting that there's something, like, here. But, well, if there is, hell if I know how to activate it. So, probably not something we can mess with right now. But that's fine. Because sometimes this game just... It's not immediately obvious what you can and can't mess with. Oh, good God. Very good. Alright, nice. So this takes us to... Oh, I can't remember where the hell I'm going now. It takes us to the power plant, which... I mean, I do want to head to the power plant. Let's go ahead and do that, though.